Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived at day 97 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Thank y'all so much for being with me today. Our tangle is going to be Tissoooh, or however you want to say that, by Tomàs Padrós. He is in Barcelona, Spain, and a dear friend, and let's give this a try. Now, this tangle is deceptively simple and yet can, if you're patient with it, give you an amazing result. And if you haven't yet, look up Tomàs on Instagram and check out some of his Tissoooh examples. They're so cool. All right. Wait, before I start with Bijou, let me just show you quickly. Tissoooh is sort of like emo ball in that you can vary it in an infinite number of ways almost. Probably not infinite, but really close. So any geometric shape is going to work with this, including circles. Thank you, Pumpkin.
You forgot to say something.
Like and subscribe and comment.
Yes!
Coda says hey. The kiddo says hey. Actually, he says, what's up? All right. So Tissoooh, or Tissoooh, or Tissoooh, I don't know. I don't know how you want to say that, but it's fun. This is going to be another one of these tangles that works in this way. Whoops. If you do that, that's not a big deal, okay? Now, it doesn't matter whether you do this clockwise or clockwise or counterclockwise. Doesn't matter. If you can start with this, it works with a square. Simba says hi to Karma. Give us a woof, Sim. Oh, no. No? All right. So you can go clockwise or counterclockwise on this. For example, you can go this direction instead of this direction. But you want to follow the square or whatever shape it is all the way around in the same direction. Okay? All right. Then you're going to do an aura on each side in this manner. Okay? And everywhere on each side where these two lines intersect, you're going to turn this into a little triangle. And your triangles can be rounded on top, or they can come to a point like these two. Yeah? Let's do another one. Now you might have noticed that I'm leaving my aura line pretty short, not nearly as long as the other line. And I'll explain why to you in just a moment. I'm doing it intentionally. So it doesn't matter how many sides your shape has. It could be an octagon or whatever you want. It will work, okay? And circles, you just, of course, blacked like this. And you can put as many spokes on your circles as you want. And do as few as 3 or 4. As many as you want. And then you just add your aura. Okay? And then everywhere these lines intersect, you're going to make a triangle. And you can make these triangles that you're blacking huge, like this one, or you can make them small, like these. Okay, now this seems pretty simple, right? Lots of possibilities. Let me show you why this is so cool. All right, let's move back to Mr. Bijou. I'm feeling my French side today, and I don't have one. I'm mostly Irish and English. All right, and American, don't forget that. Okay. So I'm going to, and let me also say, when you start doing this next thing that I'm doing, you can alternate your geometric shapes too. You don't have to have one particular one. All right. Let me show you why this is such a cool tangle. All right, I'm going to start with a couple of triangles and black them in. Now, my first tip for this is when you're going to go all organic on this tangle, you're going to want to start with your geometric shapes not too close. You want to leave room for the lines, but definitely not far away like down here. I mean, you could, I suppose, but just the bunching up is what makes this very cool looking. And if you want, you can have your triangles facing different ways, or at least, you know what I mean. Work with me here, guys. Y'all are really good at doing that. Thanks for your comments. I also want to say hi to Robin, who left me a great, wonderful, beautiful comment on my website. Thank you. I want you to hang in there. We all need to do that. It's good to know you're not alone, isn't it? All right. Okay, so we're going to see how this works. Before I get too much further along, let me say that this tangle, or at least this bunching up part, requires practice. So please, before you put it in your pattern, get some paper or a tile or something like that and practice it. Practice the bunching thing. Because it's not that the tangle itself is difficult, but this part can be a challenge, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna pick one of these, and I'm going to start making my lines out, being aware of the room that I'm leaving on the other sides, okay? All right, and I think I'll do this. And if it ends up looking like you don't have a lot of room, don't panic. It's going to be okay. All right. Now this one down here, I think I'm going to have to go counterclockwise on. Actually, I just went counterclockwise on that one, didn't I? We're going to see what happens. It's going to be fun. If I go this way. Oh. Well, I don't want to get too complex, but if I go this way, I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to do this. This may or may not work, and it may or may not be confusing, but we're going to find out. All right? And this is the part of this tangle that requires some thinking. Okay? All right. Now, let's go back and add our auras and make these short. The reason for that is when we start the bunching up stuff. This may be too, let's see, I've got to add auras here on both sides. So let's add this one and this one, and then black that, and all right, don't get distracted, Cindy. The reason for leaving these short is in this situation, you're going to want to have options for joining these up. And if you don't leave yourself some options, it can be difficult. It may still be difficult. We're going to find out. Let's see. I did this. I did this. And I didn't do this one. And that's why you leave those short. Yeah? That's got 3 sides. All right, this one needs 3 sides, so we're going to come up here. See how that's working out? And we're going to aura this. And this is why you want to practice this. There's some thought that goes into this section, this portion. All right, now I'm going to put my little triangles in. Okay. And you can add those as you go or not. It just depends on your preference. I think I'll do that. Now, at this point, we can add more. And again, you can do these any shape. Okay. Let's see. Let's R here. And here. All right. And then let's see. Let's extend this across and extend this over. This can go under. And just sort of make them work. Black the sections that you think should be blacked. If you don't think they should, don't. Now again, I just started playing with this a little bit earlier today. It does take some practice. Let's see, right here. But it's, let's see, I got that, oh, there it is, that's extra. But it is quite adaptable, and it gives you quite a fun look. And you just add and layer this as you go. As long as you don't sweat the connections too much, it is quite relaxing. Again, I'll remind you, you can change and go counterclockwise on, or clockwise on these. And that may give you a different direction if you feel like you've got them bunched too much. But if something doesn't seem to work for you, don't sweat it. Just go with it. The blacking helps mask a lot of stuff. It adds so much drama that you sort of get lost in what's going on. Now this business right here, where they sort of come to abrupt stops, that's not my favorite thing. But for example, I like the way these work together, and I need to be more willing to leave open edges or large areas to show you what I mean. Because you can also get pretty cool look like this if you do leave them out a little bit further. Well, I am determined for this to be a shape I've never seen before. Not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, I did this clockwise. Okay, and so here's my aura, and here's my aura, and here is my aura, okay? And I can just choose to leave things large and take up a lot of area, right? I can, let's see. I mean, really, you can do this however you like, and it can be as intricate or as simple as you like. So this is Tissoooh, or at least my initial adaptation of it. I really love this. This is going to be a tangle that I play with over and over and over until I can figure out how to get Tomàs's beautiful effect. And I'll be, now that I've really done this several times, I'll be going back to Instagram and checking his profile and seeing, looking intently at the art that he's got there, see if I can figure out how he managed it, because he manages a flow that and an intricacy that I haven't managed to get yet, and I suspect that that is born of practice. So you guys practice this and have fun with it. Let's get this in the pattern for today and see what kind of interesting results we get. It is sure to be fun. I am going to take pity on myself and do a smaller square on this. And I think I'm going to mix up some squares and some triangles and see what happens. Let's see. Back to that bad camera angle. All right. And if you didn't leave enough edge to make your triangle, just extend it up a little bit, and then you'll be good to go, okay? That's my first shape. Let me add a little triangle over here, and I think I'm gonna put the base up like that. Or down like that, or sideways like that. With triangles, it really goes any way you want. All right, and let's go ahead and extend that to the edge so I don't get any wild ideas. And I'm going to make my little short auras. Add my triangles. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a square over here. I want to sort of get several initial shapes in, and I'm going to do this the other direction. I have no idea how that's going to mess up or help. We're going to find out. It's going to be fun. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, starting the day after this project is over, we're going to be starting, at least on a trial basis, a voice-guided Zentangle meditation, and that is going to be beginning again the day after, the morning after. I'm going to do that live, and I probably will start doing those at least 1 hour later. I would like to know from you guys how many of you guys would have a problem with that. I know about 50 of you watch in the mornings. Now, see, this is what I don't like. But, you know, I can take my aura on this and just join it up wherever I want to. Now, what do I want to do here? Let's see, this goes in here, but I could let it in there. Simba says hi to Karma. He is sneezing, not barking. But the day is young. He misses Karma too. But he's kind of like me in the summer. He just doesn't want to get up to anything. Alright, I'm going to bring this over here. And, oh, Simba is making himself known now. And I'm going to put one over here and see where this ends up. Oh, Simba. Simba. Getting up close and personal with the side of the bed. Do I want this to go this way, or do I want this to go this way? I guess that answers my question. I'm gonna go clockwise here. Add in my aura. Let's see. And we'll come up here. And we'll just sort of bring that into the fold, if you will. Then pull that in over there. And we can ink this. Any of my smaller spaces that seems like it will work well, I'm going to go ahead and ink. If I have spots like this, whoops, In fact, what if I just do this here? Make it interesting. Why not? Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do that. All right. Okay. You can see if you will sort of lose yourself in it, it's kind of fun. You know, and if you feel like an area just looks weird, you know, black it or sculpt it into something different. You can see these don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be a particular shape. They don't have to match up on each side. Although it is cool when they do that. I think I'm just going to add some interest to this by making my triangles a little larger and smoothing these lines. Okay, I am liking where this is going. Let me put a partial triangle here. This is not really a partial if we use the edge, but we won't be able to get any auras down on that side. So let's have this come up here and match up. All right. And let's see. Let's do that. We're going to blacken this. Thank you for the suggestions about the pigment graphic from Lisa Gardner Kinsella, and had two more people comment on that one that talked about the Tombow calligraphy pens, which I haven't tried, which I certainly will as soon as financially that turns out to be something I can easily do, or at least I can justify it, huh? I know you guys are all in the same boat with your art supplies. It's what you can justify to yourself spending on them, and sometimes it's more than that. So I feel your pain with that. I'm just sort of going in here with my ink pen and sort of having a little fun with these areas and sort of just doing my thing. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to do something extra here. Just to break that section up. And I think I'll do a and I have no logic or reason for which shape I put where. Just whatever I feel like is going to work in that spot. I think I'm going to take this way. I'm going to leave that way for now. Then I'm going to have this. And you can see how leaving that arid line short opens up a lot of possibilities that if you made it long, you would not have. Let's add in our triangles here. Let's black this. So you see what I mean about those triangles can be whatever size is going to work for the space that you have. Now, I understand that this is somewhat intuitive or extremely intuitive, meaning that you sort of follow your instincts on it. There's no fast rules or right or wrong with this. It's just a chilled thing. You just add in your shapes, you put in your auras, you black your triangles, and you find out what you have left. And, you know, when you're done, go back with your ink pen, you know. If you feel like an area could benefit from more blacking, black it more. If you feel like it's good to go, well, I should not have done that. All right, well, I just made an executive decision. See, just like that, you got a completely different look. So blacking and or inking is really a big part of this, so I want you to chill out. But it's not one of those things like I have this huge space to fill. It's like, how could I sculpt this area a little bit differently to make this more interesting or whatever you want it to be. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop, I think. I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. Let's put some shading in and find out just how much of a difference that's going to make. And I promise you it's going to be huge on this. Because of the overlapping nature of this tangle, there's going to be all sorts of opportunities to create a sense of overlap here. And as soon as I can find my pencil, I'm going to show you those. I can't find my F pencil, so we're going to use this old number 2. Oops, really old number 2. So here, just as in so many of the tangles we've done, everywhere your lines intersect, not really intersect, but everywhere where they're sort of perpendicular to each other, where it appears that one side travels beneath the other side, you're going to want to lay graphite down in all of those areas right along the line on one side. Whichever side appears to be going over, that side does not get the graphite. It's the side that appears to be excuse me, it's the side that appears to be underneath, that's where we want to add our graphite. In sections like this, it's going to be a lot of graphite, because that's going to look like it's behind these other two, and this is going to be a cool effect. All right. I can promise you one thing. What will this be? Wednesday morning, when we travel further from the 100-day project, that we'll do our voice-guided Zentangle meditation, and I really hope that you guys will come and try that out. I think that it's so powerful in its calming and relaxing effects that if you are having a tough day, that'll be something that you can do again and have completely different results. So I think it's going to be awesome. I know how it affected me when we did it at seminars, so I hope that I will be as good, or at least strive to try to be as good as Molly is at this. Keeping in mind that I will have never done one before, so it's going to be a learning experience for everyone. All right, I think I've got all of my overlapping spots. Yeah, let's, I've got the mono 0 out for erasing because I have some spots, but now I can't find my tortillon again. There it is. All right, calm down. Here we go. Okay. All right. Gently. And this is again one of those where we've inked a lot. So when you're rubbing your tortillon over it, try to stay out of your inked areas if you can. And if you can't, then give them enough time to dry so that the tortillon doesn't cause the tooth of your paper, the surface of your paper, to pill and start flaking and causing issues. See how fun this is? I love this pattern. Love it. I don't know if Tomàs has not submitted it to Linda Farmer, or if she decided it wasn't a tangle under the strict guidelines that she received from Maria Thomas. I don't know. Because frankly, Zentangle breaks that rule too, sometimes. Oh, Simba says hi to Karma again. He's saying Gesundheit this morning. Or this afternoon. Or, yeah, this afternoon. Alright. So just be very gentle with your tortillon. Relax into it. Sorry, when my hand gets in a certain spot, it causes the camera's light focus to shift and we get a little glare going on. Oops, I forgot that spot. But I probably have enough on my tortillon to darken that just what it needs without any extra. Alright. And keep in mind that the tip of your tortillon does pick up graphite. So if you have an area that just needs a light coat, that is a really nice way of addressing that without having too much, like I tend to get so frequently. I saw a spot that I missed right here. Okay. And Le Mono Zero. Let's take off a little bit here. Just, this is not erasing per se. This is sort of enhancing the natural highlight that you have and removing any extra that you might want to have a little bit less. You know, and also if you've got a little bit over the line like I did here. There. Because when you blend, you know, the graphite can move all over and get in spots you don't intend. So, there. All right. Let's zoom out on that a little bit. Hey, I love the chaotic effect that this gives. I really, really do. Thank you, Tomàs, for another just really awesome, excellent pattern. I wish I could do this the justice that you have done on your examples, but I want everybody to go check those out. They are awesome. Check out Tomàs's examples on Instagram and follow him if you like, at Tomàs, T-O-M-A-S, _ Padrós, P-A-D-R-O-S. All right. Guys, I am feeling a tightening in my chest, my throat. I'm getting so, oh, I don't want this to be over. I'm going to miss it so much, but I'm looking forward to the new things that we have in store. So let's get started. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit.